Hello, welcome back to our special edition of Finance Speaks. I'm your host, Kyle Sadler, president of Precept Wealth Management and best-selling author of I'm Retired, Now What? Our special edition video series has been designed to assist public school employees in the great state of Texas as they prepare to transition into retirement. But before we dive in, I need to make a safe harbor statement because there are a lot of teacher retirement imposters. Please note that I do not work for the Teacher Retirement System of Texas, nor am I affiliated or endorsed. And to make sure that we do not provide this appearance, we have changed the forms to not violate copyright laws. However, all information we discussed today regarding teacher retirement can be found on their website. Okay, legal stuff finished and is out of the way. Come on, let's go. Because the teacher retirement pension offers two health insurance benefit plans, one plan being for retirees and/or dependents who are non-Medicare eligible, and the other for retirees and/or dependents who are Medicare eligible. Well, this video is going to discuss only the insurance benefits for Medicare eligible retirees and/or dependents. After you've submitted your retirement packet for those whom are eligible for medical insurance through the pension system, you'll receive your insurance enrollment packet. You ask, Kyle, how do I know if I'm eligible to receive medical insurance through the teacher retirement pension? Great question. You see, the majority of you watching this video series will probably fall under Tier 1 or Tier 2. Additionally, in this video, we're also addressing only those over the age of 65 and are eligible for Medicare. Therefore, the rules that are applicable to you are, first, age 65 with 5 or more years of service credit, or age plus years of service equals 80. Sound familiar? Okay. However, a few of you did not start with the retirement system until after September 1st of 2007, and you'll fall under different rules. The rules for you are age 65 with 5 or more years of service credit, or at least age 60 and meet the rule of 80 and having at least 5 years of service credit. Okay, there is one more rule. However, this one shouldn't pertain to anybody retiring anytime soon, and that is covered by Medicare, so we're not even going to bother discussing this one at this time. Okay, rules complete. Let's now look at the enrollment application. Okay, first page. Well, it's your personal information. You're familiar with this and how to complete this information. So let's look at page 2. Who do you want to cover under this insurance? Wait. Let's take a look at the cost of coverage and coverage parameters. Too often I find that people just jump on whatever they think is a benefit, but it ends up being a burden. First, cost. Let's break this down. Under the pension plan, just retirees' cost will be $135 a month that will be withdrawn out of your monthly pension check. If you're married and want to add your spouse to the insurance plan, it will cost you an additional $394, or a total of $529 a month. Let's apply the brakes here and have a little discussion. Now, not that I'm trying to sell you or your spouse health insurance, but let's do a comparable. So, Humana currently writes the coverage for the Medicare Advantage plan under the retirement pension. Well, because this is a group plan, we can't compare an identical plan, but we can look at a very similar plan in the Houston area market that is also written by Humana. This similar plan costs $45 a month. And here is the coverage. See? Not exactly, but close. You see, my greatest recommendation to anyone is to do your research. One plan option does not fit all. Find what works for you. Don't like the limitations of the Medicare Advantage plan? Again, I don't want to sound like a medical insurance commercial, but just looking at a more extensive coverage under maybe Blue Cross Blue Shield's Plan G in the Houston area for a 65-year-old with a similar prescription drug plan is $233.30. So in medical terms, that's a $394 pill that is hard to swallow sometimes, so I encourage you, do some more research before making your decision. And we're moving along. Not married, or your spouse has better or less expensive coverage, but you want to cover your eligible children. Yes, I said eligible. So what does the plan define as eligible child? Under the rules, an eligible child is defined as someone who is under the age of 26 who is also your natural child, an adopted child, or lawfully placed for adoption, a foster child, a stepchild, or a grandchild who lives with you and depends on you for support. Easiest way to figure out the child's eligibility: can you claim this child on your income taxes? Now, one caveat that I always mention is, regardless of age, children who have a mental disability or physical incapacity may be eligible for support, but this will be determined by the pension system. Rules, rules, rules. Okay, so what are these kiddos going to cost you? Again, if you're not married or your spouse has coverage for both you and the eligible children, and it doesn't matter how many children you're covering, it will cost $468 a month. Okay, that's a little bit more bearable for not including a spouse. But hold on to your socks. If you are covering yourself, your spouse, your eligible children, the total will be $1,020 a month. So just under $885 a month more than just covering yourself. Why did I break this down to include the additional cost? This way you can compare if you want to cover them or not. Now, it is very difficult to beat the rates for individuals under the age of 65, but keep this in the back of your mind that you should always compare rates, compare amounts, compare availability, and provider ratings before making a switch. Why? Because remember, once you've decided to opt out of the teacher retirement's insurance plan, you can never opt back in unless you have one of the pension plan's exceptions, which are very limited. However, once a year during open enrollment, you can always opt into an outside plan if you find it suits you better. Now, let's just take a glance at the coverages. $500 individual deductible, $3,500 maximum out-of-pocket, primary care visits, $5, specialists, $10 per visit, $35 for urgent care and emergency room visits are $65. Drugs, generics, $5, preferred, $25, non-preferred, $50. Mail-in orders are also available at reasonable rates. Here's the question I get all the time. What about vision and dental coverage? No, teacher retirement is only offering basic medical coverage, so most of the time, vision and dental are not available. However, yes, there may be some coverage for crossover. However, for what people are commonly asking this question to me for, the answer is no. So if you're wanting vision and a dental plan, you may need to speak with your local insurance agent. Let's now get back to the enrollment application. Time to pull out your Medicare card and just copy down the information. But Kyle, my card doesn't say anything about option B. Yes, most will not have this information because of your current employment and insurance plan, but don't worry, you will be sent this at a later time. However, if you're not enrolled in Part B, this is a little side homework assignment. It's time to now enroll in Part B. So, when do you want insurance coverage to begin? Check with your school district as to when your current insurance will end. You want to make sure that you don't have overlap, but more importantly, a lapse in coverage. Okay, number 5. Well, you're watching this video because you are eligible for Medicare. So, my best assumption is to check the top box. The other option is for those that are not eligible for Medicare. Also, what about prescription drug plan? As I stated earlier, and I'll repeat anytime someone asks, please do your research. Find the plan that works for you. Just checking a box and not doing research can end up costing you money and frustration. Next, your packet is going to ask you about current medical situation. These questions are very straightforward. Make sure you complete them thoroughly. As I explain to everyone that I work with, when attorneys create these forms, they don't put blank lines or check boxes just for decoration. Check either yes or no, and if it's not applicable, write NA. Onward now. If you are covering your spouse, please complete this next section. Again, this is identical to the one you just completed for yourself. Lastly, I just want to point out that if you're covering eligible children and you have multiple children, please create an additional copy of each page with the information this section is requesting for each eligible child. Hey, don't forget to sign the form. Boom! Insurance packet complete. I discussed how to complete the forms, but please remember, before you make your final decision, I highly encourage you to not only review the coverages to determine if this is the right plan for you, but also reach out to your primary care physician, your specialist, whomever else you need to visit, and verify that they accept the insurance. This is an ever-evolving time in the healthcare industry, and when a pension system has absolutes to their coverage rules, it may be worth your time to verify. It may be worth your time to get a second opinion. And this concludes the health insurance section for retirees with Medicare coverage when retiring from public education in the great state of Texas. The next video in this series will discuss working after retirement, investment strategies, and Social Security for public school employees. If you have questions or concerns, or if you'd like a personalized retirement strategy where we discuss your teacher retirement along with your financial objectives, please do not hesitate to contact me for an appointment. Oh, you don't live in the area, but you still wish to have an appointment with me? No problem. Technology is our friend. Let's have a video call that will knock your socks off. We thank you for watching our program and hope that you have discovered some takeaway points that will benefit you and your retirement process. For additional financial videos that may be important to you and your financial security, please like, subscribe, and share. Oh, and please, if you find these videos to be a viable resource, we ask that you please share them with your friends in public education and other professional organizations. Oh, and don't forget to visit us at www.preceptwm.com for additional information and guidance. For Finance Speaks, I'm Kyle Sadler, headed out. Until next time, have a tremendously blessed day.